Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, with Scream 6 coming right around the corner, I am going to review all the Scream movies leading up to Scream 6 this year. And of course, we are starting off with the original Scream, starring Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Drew Barrymore, and Matthew Lillard. A year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl is terrified by a new killer who targets the girl and her friends by using horror films as a part of his deadly game. I remember watching this for the first time at my computer, and I really liked it. It's one of my favourite horror movies, and also one of my favourite movies of all time. And it's also crazy to think that Drew Barrymore's in this movie. But it's even more crazy that she gets killed off in, like, the opening scene of this movie. Because, like, when you look at the poster, you think that she's going to be one of the central characters. But I've heard that apparently she didn't want to be in the whole movie, so she got killed off early. Which is really, really strange to me. And it's kind of like, what? Why did that happen? That's crazy. But then, I also like that this movie is scary, but it's also very self-aware. And Ghostface is not a professional killer. He's tripping over things so easily. And it's crazy to have a goofy killer in one of these serial killer movies. And speaking of another character in this movie, Billy is such a creep. He stands by Sydney's window till she puts her PJs on, and he wants a PG-13 relationship. And Sydney finally agrees, and then he goes home. He even looks like a creep. Oh, I did not like Billy in this movie. But his best friend Stu, played by Matthew Lillard, is great in this movie. You guys know that I have a soft spot in my heart for Matthew Lillard because he was in one of my favourite movies of all time that I have a soft spot for, which is the original two Scooby-Doo movies. That, as one of my favourite versions of Shaggy, that he would continue on as Shaggy in the anime movies and some of the cartoons. And that scene where Billy and Sydney are apologising to each other, that's a very emotional scene that those two actors need to do, and they play off well in that exact scene. I love that you get the emotion that Neve Campbell brings to that scene, and that bit where she's crying over her mother is so emotional to me. Which, that's another thing that I really liked about this movie, is that not only do you have the whole thing of like it's a horror movie, but it's also self-aware, which we'll talk about that in Scream 2 and 3, but you also get the emotional scenes, like the stuff with Sydney's mum, which we'll get into when we talk about Scream 3. But I think that this is one of Wes Craven's best movies. Like, truly. I think that this is one of his best movies. And for that, I am going to give Scream 1996 a 5 out of 5. This movie is a horror classic and one of my favourite movies of all time. I love the actors in it. I think it's one of Wes Craven's best movies, and I think that this and Nightmare on Elm Street are Wes Craven's two best horror movies in my opinion, because those are really the only two I've seen. But I'm really excited to get to the others in this franchise. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe, also hit the little bell icon to notify future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.